like after years and years and years, right? I turned 18. After I turned 18, um, I had a car at the time, and my friends wanted to go out, and so I was like, okay, let's go out. So I wanted to go with my friends, and before this time, my mom was always telling me like, when like when you turn 18, then you're a man, you can do this stuff, but before you're 18, you can't. And so
Yeah.
like the week that I turned 18, I was like ready to go
Yeah.
out,
Yeah.
be a man and go do
Yeah.
what I want to
Let
do, you
go.
know what I mean?
Yep.
Right. And so I ended up going out with my friends, and I came back. And so I got caught sneaking out of the house when I came back. And my mom, she went straight to like, you're so tired off. I can't believe you did this, or you're not listening to me. It was almost like disowning me. Like she was
Yeah.
like gonna kick me out of the house. And
Yeah.
so from right then and there, I like broke down to my mom. I was just sitting to her, and I was like yelling at her pretty much. I was like, pretty much telling her at the time, in kind of the words, I was pretty much telling her that I hate you. Like I never got to do anything in my life. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
raised me to be this way. I did everything you asked me to do, and I've always been here with you. And now when I get to do something that I want to do, you not listening to me. Like, and I was pretty much telling her how I hated my life, and like I never felt seen. I never felt wanted. They never listened to me. And at the time, I came out to my mom. So I came out gay to my mom. And there, at that point, my mom kind of just like struck a little bit, because it's as if she didn't know. She didn't know that she was putting me through this, and put me through the hurt that she did put me through. So it was like a really long conversation of me just like venting to her, and finally coming out and like telling her how I felt and how I was, and who I am. And I felt after that moment, she actually saw me for the first time, like for who I was. And so that was a good thing. But 18 years before that, my mom just kind of shut me out. Like every time I wanted to say something and speak up about something, it's like, nah, you know what I mean? Like it was kind of just brushing me off her shoulder. But after that point, where me and my mom, when she was like almost about to throw me out, and I was like yelling at her, and that after that, me and my mom, like we hugged, we cried, we kissed, and it was amazing after that. Like
Hmm.
I felt like a huge burden was lifted from my shoulders. And ever since that day, me and my mom have been so close. Like I can tell my mom anything. I tell my mom everything. She's known everything about my life. Like I feel like I'm my mom's best friend. And so that was we had to go through what we did so we could end up where we are today. Because I love where we are today.
Yeah. For sure. And I mean, that's deep right there. And I feel like what you said right now is like a lot of kids and a lot of Tongan kids or polys in general, like a lot of poly kids out there, they go through the same thing where they want to express to their parents how they really feel.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, if you're watching this, you're Polynesian, you can relate to this. And a lot of times, our parents, they're tough. They raise us with a tough
Yeah.
love, and some parents are tougher than others and more hardcore
Yeah.
than others. So it can be difficult as a child, especially in America, right? Especially in America where
Yeah.
it's more open here. It's more open. There's a lot more things to do here, and
Yeah.
especially the culture. To hang out with friends, to
Yeah.
chill and relax and just and do what normal teenagers or children do. All
Yeah.
right.
It's tough growing up as a Tongan kid, like as a first generation Tongan kid, where your parents are not used to this at all. Like
Yeah.
they come here, and so like my mom and my dad got amnesty from Ronald Reagan's presidency, so that's how they became citizens.
Citizens.
And
Yep.
so they became citizens and then started working right away. So it's not like they knew culture, American culture, or how it was. So then us growing up, or me growing up, like seeing all my friends getting to do this, I wasn't allowed to do that. We were supposed to be anga whakatonga, whakaapa-apa all the time. Like we listened to our parents, you know what I mean? And and we're like we're living back home in the island. And it's just tough, I guess, that they don't understand that. Like my parents didn't understand that growing up, that we were going through such a culture shock, like trying to live this life and live this life, and balance them out. And every now and then you trip and fall in both sides. And so I think that's why it's like a lot of animosity towards not your parents, but like towards your parents,